Welcome to the Tush Twins, heard and seen exclusively on MalcolmPresents.com, a streaming platform heard round the world and beyond. Anyway, I'm Malcolm Berman, and these are my two cheeks,
Yeah.
Max
The
and
question is
Paula.
who's the right and who's the left? I think
I
we're
don't
both.
know
I'm the
yet.
right.
You're the
I
right
think
cheek.
I think it blend in.
I think we kind of blend in with each other, the right cheek, the left cheek.
Well,
But
there's a
anyway,
joke about
think
there's a
so.
joke about that, but I'm not gonna
do not.
say it.
However,
Okay,
so
if you want to do the intro,
so we're the Tush twins.
you want to do the intro?
I'm Maxine Margot Rubin, and you are the redhead. What do you are? Who?
I am
Who are
Paula.
you?
I'm Paula. I'm Rusty.
Right.
Paula Rusty. I'm Rusty Paula.
How about Rusty
Rusty
Rose?
Rose.
You are
Every name
all
you could think of, and they could call me Sybil. For
Sybil.
those who know who Sybil is, because I have too many names.
Oh,
As long as the personalities don't go with it. I mean,
What?
Sybil.
What?
now, what was the name of the song? I think it's Paul Simon. You can call me Paul. You can call me.
Don't call me Al.
You can call me Al.
You can call me Al.
Right. That was a good song.
Anyway, if you want to do the intro, do the intro.
No, I did the intro. I mean, there's nothing that people don't know. I mean, we are the Tush twins and Rusty and
All right,
Max
ready?
and Paula.
Hold it.
What? Go
Are
ahead.
we ready? What are we going to talk about?
What are we going to talk about? Okay, let's do that. What are we going to talk about today?
We're going to talk
Well,
about.
I'm going to play a little music.
All right.
Okay. Da 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 da. It's not picking up.
Can't hear it.
Can't hear it.
Can't hear it?
No.
Oh, shit. It's a fanfare
Hum me the tune.
for the common man, the Olympics theme song.
Is it up? Did you put it up real high on your
Yes, I
loudness?
did.
And did you put it next to your speaker?
No.
You hear it now?
Where's it
No.
picking up?
Really?
No, that's
You can hear it?
I can't.
No.
I can't.
No? All right. Well, I'm playing fanfare for the man.
Okay, could you hum a bar?
No.
Isn't it da 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 da?
Now the original, what they did, and they've been using that theme to open it up. Fanfare for the man, the Olympic opening.
Fanfare for the man? Well,
Yes, Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Yes.
Aren't women objecting to that?
No.
Well, no, because it's a cool song and it really makes you think of the Olympics.
Trying to
You,
pull it
you
up
realize that the Olympics originally was done naked and nude?
Yeah, and I missed it. Damn.
No, and women weren't allowed to go. They couldn't see.
No, we weren't.
Until 1900 in the Paris Olympics.
No, not even to participate. They couldn't even go
couldn't
as
go to watch
spectators.
it. I know.
Because they would have to see nude men.
And what's wrong with that?
Have you ever seen a nude man?
I would hope so.
Are you hearing this?
No.
No.
Same thing. Nope.
Maybe they don't
For
let us.
all those who are listening, we do not hear it.
They probably don't let us because we need a copyright.
I was only playing the first few moments of it.
Wow.
But anyway, so the Olympics, when does it start? I think the 26th, which is Friday.
Yes,
24, 26, but
26.
it officially starts in the morning and they're starting to do some activities on the day before, on Thursday.
Now, to me, it doesn't start until the athletes enter the stadium. You know, when you have all the teams.
Right. Exactly.
And the
I
banners
think,
and the flags.
Yeah, I think they're starting some of it on the Seine River. And
Yes.
it's I don't know how they're gonna do that.
No,
There's like
well, they're
almost 200 countries. I mean, I don't know exactly how many, but it's
The Soviet Union, Russia's been banned. They're not going.
Russia's been banned.
They're not allowed to, they're not going.
Yeah, but
They will not be at the Olympics.
But are they going to compete, but not under the banner of Russia?
That's what they did. That's what they did during the Winter Olympics. They I don't know
And
why
the
this is.
individual athletes could come, but not under the banner of the Russian team. I don't know
Uh,
what that's all about. Well, that's because of the jugging.
right. They like to do that. Uh,
But
No, they're not coming.
Russia is totally excluded from
Mm-hmm.
team events in all 32 sports in 2024.
Right.
This is
Mm-hmm.
this is probably most notable in fencing and gymnastics. Uh,
Well, we beat them
they will
anyway.
compete as neutrals. That's what they
okay,
call them.
they're
Oh,
competing.
Uh, as neutrals. I don't, how do you even
no, I
compete as
don't. No, I
neutrals?
don't like that.
I mean,
But
uh,
anyway, that's exciting. I mean, can you imagine all these athletes that have prepared at least for 4 years for this final
wow.
moment in the
They're banned. Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry.
Well, they were doing things, they were, if they were using drugs to enhance their performance, then
And we're not. Why do we have?
and all the
It's
other
not fair.
countries aren't.
Well, we don't
Well,
know if all the other countries aren't. All the other countries have not been caught.
Well,
they
don't they have
get
to take a drug
listen,
test
listen to
after
me, man.
every
They got it
event?
right. They have to take drug tests. This is not. No, I don't agree, Malcolm. They have to take drug tests, and they're very strict. And
Yes, they are.
I am, who again, there's always a possibility that they can hide the drug somehow, but I don't know how in the blood test they would do that. I
Mm.
mean, they've been pretty strict about that. So,
And they should be.
I mean, why should they have an
One should
advantage?
be.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, back to the Olympics.
Da,
Yeah,
da, 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 da,
so
da, da,
so
da, da.
so the first female athletes, as I said, it was Paris in 1900.
Paris.
Vive
Mm-hmm.
la France!
Hmm. The modern
Oui, oui.
Olympics, the modern Olympics started, I think, in 1896.
Right, they were for
They
many
hadn't been
years.
they haven't been for hundreds of years. They didn't do the Olympics. The modern one
Right.
started in
Well,
1896.
the first Olympic game was 776 BC. The Greeks, ancient Greek festival, which is why Greece is where it starts off, and that's where the flame starts. They celebrated Zeus, the Greek god of sky and weather, and they had competition for it lasted 6 months with games like wrestling, boxing, long jump, javelin, discus, and they had chariot racing. They should bring that back. I don't know.
And that'd be
Uh,
fun.
chariot racings, but the
I
games were canceled in 393 AD because again, that's 1500 years. Emperor Theodosius I, a Roman ruler, banned the Greek Olympics due to the religious element of the celebration. He considered the Olympics to be a pagan festival which had no place in his Christian country. Sound familiar?
Everything is Christian.
So that
Still
that
going on
and
today.
that was going on until 1896 when a man named Baron Pierre de Coubertin started the
Oui, oui.
revival of the games, and he called the new event the Modern Olympics, and that's what's still going.
right.
So the
And it's
torch,
great.
yeah, it's something I always look forward to. I used to love watching it as a kid.
Always
Um,
did.
I used to watch. It was on
What
ABC
is
a
what
lot.
is your favorite sport, or do you have one?
Mine is fencing for the summer. And of course, I love gymnastics and I like track and field, but fencing is my favorite. And last 4 years ago, an American woman
Mhm.
won,
Fencing?
yeah, the gold medal.
That's pretty crazy,
Well,
actually.
wasn't there an
Is
Israeli
she
one that won
competing
something with the
again?
gold medal,
Yes.
Or Jewish?
What's that?
I
Wasn't
think
there a
it was.
Jewish woman
I
or an
thought that was
Israeli?
I thought it was judo, jitsu or something. I don't know if it was
Jiu-jitsu.
fencing. I don't
But I
know.
just know the one that won 4 years ago, she's a Muslim. She fenced with her scarf on. And I have to tell you, she was so phenomenal. I was like rooting for her. And she just said a few months ago, she said she's going back. And I'm very excited to
So
see
she's
her
going to be there
fence.
this year.
Yes, she is. I'm very happy.
Go for it. Go for it. Well, there's a lot. There's a number of Americans that we're looking up to. Because we're rooting for America.
America,
America, F yeah.
yeah.
But and Beavis and Butthead are back. But anyway, I don't know. Every time I think of that movie, I think of
I
some
do too. That's one of my favorite movies.
Which movie?
Team America.
Oh,
America.
no, my favorite movie.
America. It had puppets that fornicated. It was quite an
Puppets
It
interesting,
that
was funny.
fornicated.
right? Yeah, they had fornicating puppets in that.
Well, they're going to do that now with AI.
Are they?
Mm.
Well, in any event, back to reality. If there is,
I think my
if there
favorite, one
is
of
a
my favorite
reality,
movie on the Olympics was Chariots of Fire.
yes, that was
That was a
fabulous.
great, great movie.
And the music soundtrack was terrific
I
too.
mean, that was the time that I was into marathon running, and
Oh,
every
so
time
you
I'd run on the beach, that music would be in my head.
da 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 da, and they
Da,
had
da,
boom, boom,
da,
they had a
da.
great boom boom.
Yeah.
It was really good.
It was an
Um,
excellent movie and the music was great, but the movie, watching that guy run, oh my God.
yeah,
Yeah,
they
but I love runners because again, that I was into running, and I marvel, especially the marathon runners who, well,
I love
all of them.
marathon.
yeah,
I
and
love watching the marathon, even
that's
here.
yeah. I mean,
I
have
see
you
the.
watched it in the city? When did you watch it in the
When I
city?
lived in the city, we used to go all the time.
Yeah.
My
What did you have a?
cousin, Mark, used to run when he was in the Air Force. He used to represent the Air Force.
Really?
I
So we used to watch him
right.
run.
Oh,
Where
I
did
love
you
that the
stay?
Air Force or the Army. They run as a group. I mean, someone
Yeah.
holds the flag, and they're all running together.
Hmm.
Wow.
We stayed right by the 59th Street Bridge when they, on First Avenue, when they came
Okay.
off the bridge.
Wow.
1991, I did the New York Marathon.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not me. I'm
You have
lucky
your
I could
little
walk.
medal? Do you have your medal?
I haven't. Well, yeah, I think I was only silver. I came in second.
You came in second.
I came in
Don't
second.
they give you a commemorative thing when you finish it?
Yeah, everybody gets a medal.
Right. So
Mine was called the Alta Caucus even back then.
uh, uh, you have the AK medal.
I
Okay,
think
that's
at
all.
that time I was 48 years old.
Okay.
My second marathon.
Wow. So you ran two.
I ran three.
You ran three.
I ran once in New York, twice in LA.
Ah, wow.
I never broke 4 hours. I was always around the 4:30, 4:20. But I
Well,
finished.
a friend of mine, Peter, he is a marathon runner. He's a major runner, and
Really?
I believe he came in one year. He was 87.
That's good.
And he got all the perks the next year. He started for, they brought him to Verrazano Bridge. They
Right.
bring all the first 100 they bring up. And I believe he was 87. He was in the top 100 nonetheless. And
That's amazing.
that to me is an amazing feat. And it's an amazing using your feet is an amazing feat.
Yeah, truthfully, I'm lucky I could walk the
Well,
whole track.
after a while, when I stopped doing marathons and I was doing my radio program, I was doing program for radio,
Uh-huh.
and I always got a press pass for for the finish line for the marathons.
Right.
And
Oh,
these guys, I mean, it was mainly Africans that won, back in the 90s and the early 2000s.
yes.
Uh, these guys were so skinny.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, their thighs were about as big as my arms.
Yeah,
Maybe I should start running. Maybe I could get
Peter is
skinny.
very thin. He has a perfect
They weren't
thin
thin, they
runner's
were
body.
skinny.
Yeah.
They looked undernourished. If they were your
No,
kids, you take them home.
yeah,
Ess my Kinder.
right.
Yeah,
No,
but don't
well,
forget they're running and then they eat a lot of food
Yeah.
after
but
and
they
before.
burn that
Burn it
energy,
Yeah.
off
Well,
burn all the
immediately.
calories off. Yeah. So
and then
they
I
like
I always
remember,
wanted to do, but I can't run. My knees won't let me.
I
yeah,
remember the first
tell me about
marathon
it.
that they had women, which wasn't too long ago.
A
What was,
marathon?
yeah?
I
Yeah.
don't know how it had to be a while.
Yeah. No, I
Maybe
think it was like in the 80s or the 90s.
no. Uh, um
Women,
Was
I
it
I can't
American?
yeah, we always protected our women because they're fragile. They might injure themselves. Check it out.
Hmm.
I don't I don't recall. I never really looked at the marathon much in New York. I mean, I would get excited to a point, but to
Yeah, but
me, it
ever
was
since
oh,
that Boston Marathon, I was kind of
Oh
when
yeah,
you're nervous.
but the New York was fun because we started out at the Verrazano Bridge.
Yes. I
Ultimately,
still watch it. I still watch it on TV.
I can watch it
I
three,
like
4 hours.
watching
I
it.
don't like it with TV anymore. Uh, all they do is follow the leaders, which is fine.
I know.
But they
I
used to
know.
do the human interest stories. They used
They
to
still
like
do.
people, yeah, but not that
So,
much. They would do, this guy is, 70 years old and he started, this is his 89th marathon or whatever.
yeah.
Or, there was one guy who, I'm forgetting his name, but his child was, I don't know what he had, but he couldn't move and he would wheel him.
Oh,
And he would push the wheelchair and he did everything for the marathon. And then he also did a
wow.
triathlons
Wow.
where he
Well,
would do that and then he would put him in the front in the bike and then he would push him along in the swim.
wow. That's incredible, actually. So,
Yeah.
that's great. That's
And
amazing.
they used to follow him every year. So,
Wow.
in
And
the
rightly
marathons
so.
and triathlons.
So getting back to your question, Malcolm, about women in the
Yeah.
New York Marathon,
No, no,
you are
yeah.
you are right. In 1972, women were allowed entrance
Hmm.
to the Boston
Mhm.
and New York marathons. In 1967, a woman registered under a name,
Right.
I guess an alien, KV Switzer.
Mhm.
And the woman,
Kathy
the New
Switzer, I think.
right, the New York City women were mandated to start 10 minutes ahead of the men when the gun went off. They sat down in protest
Hmm. Now,
and
what
waited
was
and
funny,
waited.
Switzer,
Catherine Switzer. Yep.
yeah, you probably could see this on YouTube, but she, wore loose clothes and she had a hat covering her hair.
Yes.
And there was
That's so cool though.
no, and this was in Boston. Boston never allowed a woman.
Right. Right.
And what happened, I'm forgetting, there was this head of the Boston Marathon. He tried to pull her off the track when he found out it was a woman running.
Oh my God.
That
And the
stinks.
other runners were blocking him. They didn't let her be pulled off the track.
Wow.
Good.
That's a famous clip, people. And then there was
Wow.
also, I think it was I don't know whether there was a Boston or New York where there was this runner, female runner, who won the race like in 2 hours and 10 minutes or something. Uh, and
Wow.
nobody knew who she was.
Huh.
She never, she never, uh,
You never registered?
no, she registered, but she never won anything before. Most of the top runners know each other because they've
No.
been in races. So she got the award, number one. Then in a few days, they had videos of her running, let's say a mile going into the subway.
Right. 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 I remember that. She went
Oh
into the
my
subway. Right.
God.
Right. I remember she
Right,
went there was a runner that went into the
yeah,
subway.
because
Right.
she was a winner, but she didn't have any sweat. Her clothes weren't sweated. She didn't
Yeah.
look tired.
Yeah. Well, there was a reason. She
That,
took
that,
the
that was
train.
when
Cheating,
ever
cheating.
since
Nah,
then,
nah. Bad, bad.
they have chips. They give you a chip when with your number on it that you put in your sneaker, in your running
Really?
shoe. And they have each mile
They register it?
is registered what you did. So they
Good.
knew whether you did it. This was because of her.
Okay. Well, at least they figured out a way to make sure it's
And,
equal.
and this was great because if you had people waiting for you, they knew where you were. Like my wife used to, go into my chip to see where it was. And then Anna, my wife, she did 18 marathons.
Whoa.
Whoa. We did that together. The King of
18.
France, he wears no pants. Okay, go ahead.
Now, actually, we never ran the marathon together because
Wow,
when she
that's
started running the marathon, I had quit already. My last marathon was 1993.
wow. All right. Well,
Ah,
that's a
God
bit
bless.
so let's get back to the Olympics because
Okay.
we're gonna see them. So the torch,
Yes.
it gets lit as I said, in
In
Greece.
Greece.
And
Mhm.
it's been flown on planes, stayed alight underwater, scaled Mount Everest,
Mhm.
and some unlit torches have even gone into space. And this year, this is under the Did You Know? In the Paris 2024 Olympics, medals will contain a piece of original iron from the Eiffel Tower.
Hmm.
Isn't
Ooh,
that pretty cool?
that is cool.
I love the Did You Know stuff. So did you know that we have a lot of we're talking about the athletes, the US athletes, and
Mhm.
there's one that people are looking at because it's a new sport. It's called breaking
Break, yes,
and break dancing, and it
break
started
dancing.
in the Bronx.
Yes, it
Okay.
did.
It's gone from its beginnings at block parties in the Bronx in the 70s to an official Olympic sport.
I don't see that.
It's the only
And they're
new
not
sport.
showing it, it's not being shown in the major arenas, or it's going to be outside on the
Yeah.
streets in Paris.
Uh,
But
I don't see that. I mean, you have to be athletic,
it's going to be held not
but
at the stadium, you're right, but it's being
Uh,
at a public square called
yes.
Place de la Concorde in
yeah.
the heart of
Mm-hmm.
Paris, alongside with skateboarding, BMX freestyle, and 3x3 basketball. Those are the newest sports that they had last Olympics as well. But the breaking,
Break dancing is new.
it's new, but they won't be having it in the 2028 Olympics in LA because it wasn't registered in time. So the next time we're going to see it, everybody, is come back on the air in 1932, and then we'll remember what we said here.
Well,
Okay,
take a note on that.
Okay, it's a
I
note.
will.
So 1932. I don't know where the Olympics are.
Did
And
you
then
hear about the synchronized men's swimmers?
no,
Synchronized
They
men
is
swimming.
that like a comedy movie or is that real?
No, they're saying they're going to put it in 2028 in the
They're gonna have a
LA
men's.
Olympics. Yeah,
I mean, it takes talent, but to me, synchronized swimming is
Uh, well,
not a
hey,
sport.
it's not a
How
sport.
come they don't have ballet dancing?
You know, maybe they
they should.
will.
I love ballet.
You
Yeah.
know, synchronized swimming. You're in the water.
I
Well,
mean,
but
I,
it's. I mean, it's actually harder than you think, and they have polo, which you're moving around. I mean, that's in the water, moving
Water polo,
around. You
yes.
have water
I'm
polo,
not saying it's not.
Marco,
I'm not saying.
polo,
I'm not saying it's.
Marco.
polo.
I'm not saying it's not difficult. It's very difficult, but is
Yeah,
it a
I
sport?
gotta see the men, and they're also working on another thing, swimming with these look like mermaid fins.
yeah,
And
But you
yeah.
have to be a mermaid to.
That's like you have to be. You have to have training in wiki watching in Florida.
yep,
Did I show you guys my hat? I know I showed you guys,
yes.
but I don't know if I showed the
I don't know if you showed it
audience.
No,
on
you
the
haven't
air.
The
shown our
audience,
audience.
this is my official Paris hat. I
Paris
got it
20.
in Paris, Paris
Yay.
2024.
Well, on the back of it, as long as it doesn't say vote.
No, it says Paris 2024.
Yeah.
So I got that, and E got one. So we both have. I'm gonna wear this during the Olympics. It's actually for less, but I kind of confiscated it. So they're gonna have breaking, which is a new sport, and then we have, of course, who are we gonna be rooting for as for the U.S. That they're
I
we
there's
have
so many.
well the
What
top
about gymnastics?
well of course there's Simone Biles.
Simone Biles,
I think she's gonna, I hope she takes it all.
And she also joining her are uh previous gold medalist Sanisa Lee, Jade Carey, as well as Jordan Childs. Hesley Rivera, I think, is like 16. I think she's the youngest. I mean, she's in high
Mm-hmm.
school, and I'm not sure
That's when they
which one.
start. They
Yeah,
usually are that
well, they
age.
start early. They
Yeah.
throw them in 4 years old. They put them in things, and then of course the goat, Katie Ledecky in swimming.
Mm-hmm.
is
She all
she going to swim again this year?
Yes,
I thought she had
yes.
retired.
Nope, she's coming back. She's 27 and she's expected to be in some relays and some other races. And she is like she's the second most gold medals of any women's
Mm-mm.
swimmer with seven.
What to me is amazing, both in swimming and track,
Right.
that the difference between gold or winning a medal and coming in seventh might
Mm-hmm.
be like less than 10 seconds. But
Yeah.
sometimes between first and
No,
second is like a
no,
hundredth of a second,
milliseconds.
milliseconds.
It's not even seconds, milliseconds. And now we have Katie Grimes swimming the marathon in open water. Oh, I hope it's not the Seine. Oh my God. Believe it or not, I'm a little nervous because the Seine is still polluted. It's not totally cleaned. And that's a downside for me. Then we have Sha'Carri Richardson, track and field, who couldn't compete in the last Olympics because she decided that she needed to toke it up a bit. I think her mom passed and she was very despondent and she smoked a joint and that annulled her qualification. What do you think about that, redhead?
Yay.
Yeah, I mean, she had an excuse, but she knew she did the wrong thing.
Marijuana, I don't think is an enhancer, is it?
No, but it's a drug that's on the list. You can't
Mm.
indulge. And she's the 100 meters and she's the world, I think she's the world record holder now.
I mean,
Anyway,
were you watching the qualifying for the US about a month ago?
some of it, I watched some of it. Yeah. They held it in really incredible track at the University of Oregon.
Yeah, well,
Uh
Oregon is where that's the Steve Prefontaine. He's the one that sort of made a lot of these events very famous.
right.
And he, in
Yeah.
fact, and that's where Nike started
Yep.
with the coach
Yep.
of the track.
Yeah. Well, there's also a sprinter, Noah Lyles, who's also his amazing feat in the World Athletics Championship in Budapest in 2023. He's the first runner since Jamaican star Usain Bolt to compete a triple, winning the gold in 100, 200, and sprints in the 4x4.
Right. That.
There's also a young guy who's also a high school student who's going to be in the 4x100. That was one of the things I watched in the Oregon in the
That.
trial. There was a real young kid.
Yeah,
I
about
don't have it.
16.
I don't have his name, but they're looking out for him. And then they have Kevin Durant. Uh, he's on the men's basketball
Yeah,
team, which is
I-
all NBA, and LeBron James is carrying the flag in the
is Durant
openings.
still on the team? I thought he was like injured.
Kevin Durant is on. Well, he's
Uh,
playing on the he's playing on the Olympic team. I don't know where he is in terms of playing, but
No, I thought he was injured and they replaced, I forget who they replaced him with.
no. And then they
Okay.
have Kelsey Plum, WNBA star. Uh and she also won gold at the Summer Games, the 3x3 basketball, which is, you got to check that out. It's a whole different way. It's almost like backyard hoops in a way.
Now, we used to
Uh
play that in the schoolyards, three on
right, so
three.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
And
half court
then
because either there wasn't a whole half court or we didn't have 10 guys to play.
right.
Aren't they doing squash in the 2028 Olympics?
Are they?
Yes, they were talking about squash.
She comes out of nowhere. Aren't they doing squash?
Squash.
Well, I know the big thing.
That's a good sport.
I like squash. It's also
Are they
good to
doing
eat.
pickleball?
I hope not.
I hope not too. I'm kind of sick of pickleball. I don't know what it is, but it's very
It looks like our
popular.
old paddle ball. It's the
Almost.
same type of, it's basically paddle ball instead of tennis.
I
Looks
don't know.
stupid.
It's weird. I don't
It's
know.
for old people and I'm not
Yeah,
old.
oh yeah, that's right. We're all 24.
No,
Altacaca youngers.
Actually, it takes some great reflexes.
Yeah.
You don't have to
I have
run, but it takes a
You
reflexes.
have to know how
Yeah.
to keep the paddle and keep an eye on the ball. There is definite sport to it.
Oh,
So maybe there will be.
definitely.
Who knows? Then we have, like I said, and Brittany Griner. She was the athlete being held by Russia.
Yes.
She and Diana Taurasi, and then
She's 6'9",
she's
Brittany
yeah,
Griner.
right.
Yeah, she's tall.
She tall.
She's
Uh,
tall. Deep
so
voice.
Indiana Fever rookie and Team USA alternate is Caitlin Clark. She wasn't picked for the team
No.
actually, but now I'm reading that she's an alternate. I didn't know that. Is that just happened? I don't know. We got
Yeah,
Well,
it's
there
new.
was a lot of
Everyone is seeing
controversy
that.
when she wasn't picked.
yeah, I agree.
It's like racism reversed,
Something like
because a
that.
lot of people were upset because she was getting so much press, and they were saying, well, if she was black, she wouldn't get that press. It's because she's white. They're really promoting her. But
Yeah.
she's a good player.
Okay, I don't think anyone would say that she's not an incredible player.
Mm.
If she was green, it doesn't matter.
No, but
And then
she's
we
getting
had
so much. It's unbelievable. As a matter of fact, I'm first time this year I'm watching WNBA games when she
yeah, it's
plays.
go
I've always
women,
liked them. I
go
like the
women.
women's.
Yeah,
Dennis
well,
likes them. He prefers them over the regular best. He
Well, he
prefers them over
likes
the
them because they
men's.
wear short shorts.
that's right.
No, he just likes the way
Well,
they play. It's very,
well,
he likes the
but I
sport.
remember, I think it was 2012 that UConn won the men's and women's collegiate.
And the women, yeah.
And he graduated that year from law school from UConn, and it was a thing, man. It was a thing.
Anyway, my children, our beeper has gone off.
All right. Well,
Mm.
let me just mention Scotty Scheffler in men's golf. He's #1 world ranking.
Yes, I watched him this
Um,
past weekend. Oh my God.
Coco
Oh,
Coco Gauff in
yes,
tennis.
yes.
Victor Montalvo. He's expected to win a medal for breaking, the new
For
sport.
break. That's it.
Yep. And Maggie
If,
Steffens is a standout in women's polo.
but if you
So
want to see a great tennis player, is 21 years old, Carlos Alcaraz.
yeah. He's not
He's,
the one that won recently, is he?
yeah, he won Wimbledon.
He won. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the name sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
21 years old. I think he has three
good for him.
grand
And where
titles.
and where is he from? Which country?
Spain.
Spain. Okay,
And I think he's
España.
also playing in doubles with Rafa Nadal
Oh,
Well, I like the
in
golf.
Spain.
I'll be watching the golf.
yeah. I
So
don't.
I
I mean,
follow Shefley,
there's a few of
Xander
them.
Shefley. He was
Yeah.
so great this weekend.
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
my
Is
God.
he the one that got in trouble like with the cops or something? And
Yes,
he,
he
yeah.
did.
but they dropped
But
the
it wasn't his
charges.
fault.
No, it
No,
was
I don't even know what happened, but anyway,
he was.
No, it wasn't his
We'll
fault.
go
And he
next
was
week
he,
because we're out of time.
we'll still talk about the Olympics next week because we
Yeah,
got
well,
2 weeks of
we
this
have 2
we can talk about
weeks.
some of the events.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
guys,
Well, hopefully we'll have some gold medals. All
have
right.
a great week.
All right.
Stay
Everyone, have a
cool.
good one.
Keep your sunny
Wear a lot
side
of
up.
suntan lotion. Don't
Yep.
exert yourself. I'll speak to you
Right.
next week.
Well, put your AC on and watch the Olympics.
Bye.
That's what I'm doing.
Arrivederci.
Shalom, everyone.
Ciao.